how to run lead generation ads for Facebook. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to click here. But one thing you need to know is you can generate leads from different places, but the major place is here. So now, as you can see here, it tells us that okay, we can generate leads through website form, instant form, messenger, and whatnot. So now let's see what this is. So if you click on continue, so it's going to load an interface and you would see your ads, you would see your campaign, you see your ad set, and you see your ads. So now the next thing you need to do is we are going to work on the campaign. Usually my recommendation, I usually set the ads budget to the ads, meaning I can, if I have more than 5 ads, I can say different amounts would be for the ad. But if I set the amount for this campaign, no matter how many ads I run under here, it would only use the amount I used here. So now that is why I use ads budget. So I'm going to be explaining each and every actions I do. Then I'm going to turn this off there because this one is saying share some of your budget with other ad sets. No, if I want a particular ad set to have its budget, I want it to have its budget. So special ad categories, I am not doing anything special. So what does this mean if I'm doing financial products, employment, housing, whatnot? So now the next thing we are going to do, you can name. So take for example, now this is a campaign, let's say leads for a farm. No, should we use a farm? Let's say lead campaign. Let's just remove this for a car wash business. Let's say car wash business. So now we have this, so we need to name our campaign. So if we select this, we are going to click on next, and when we click on next, we have this here where we have the ad set. So now this is just one ad set, and I'm just going to remove this and paste this. So remember I had copied this from here. So now this is my ad set. So now ad set contains who we are running to, where we are running to, our target audience and whatnot. So I'm going to be showing you everything. So now it's going to ask you, who do you exactly, or how do you want to generate these leads? So people want to go for WhatsApp leads, right? Some people want to go for website instant from, and they say there are many options. So now each option determines what you have and what you set up in your campaign. If you are going for website leads, you must have a pixel on your website. What does this mean? So if you come to my website here, there is what we call pixel. There is a code attached to my website where I can track different activities on my website. So now this time around, I am tracking activities like submit. If anybody submits a lead on my website, I would get Facebook would tell me that this is a lead. So this is going to help Facebook bring more of this kind of people to you. So now if you run WhatsApp, it's still not bad, meaning if you don't have a website or anything, you can run to WhatsApp. So you can run to WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger. But ideally, if I was to recommend, here are my top first websites. If probably you don't have a website, you can run to Instagram or WhatsApp because Instagram contains your profile and everything and they see what you are doing. So ideally either Instagram or WhatsApp. But let's focus on website since website is one of the most use case for get generating leads. So next thing we're going to do is it's going to tell you maximize number of leads. So depending on what you choose as well, this changes. So if I choose Instagram, right, it will tell me to first of all select the Instagram page, and I would have to select my Instagram page because I've already connected everything together. So if I was to select WhatsApp here, it's going to tell me to add my WhatsApp number. So now we are going to use website. So clicking on website, we're going to come down here. So it's going to ask me to create a new data set. So now it's going to tell you to create a data set. As you can see here, this is what we call pixel. So I'm going to switch to an ads account that already have a data set. So as you can see here, all I just need to do is select the data set I want. So now this is my own Cookart create because this is our business page. So now it has its own data set. So next thing I have to do is click on conversion event. So now if you don't have a data set, all you just have to do is create one, but there is a setup to this which is modern, but our core focus now is to run a lead campaign. So I'm going to show you how to run a lead campaign using Instagram or any other channel, but now let's go back to website. So now website, as you can see, it has been tracking some things on my website. So I can say I want lead generation. So meaning I want lead to come to my website for the car wash business. So if you come down here, right, you can turn off all this so that you don't get confused. You can leave it to standard and you can leave it to 7 to 1 day. You don't need to touch anything here. So now when you come down here, turn off this, don't turn it on. You can now, this is where you set your budget. So my budget here is in naira. If yours is in dollar, you can set it to per day or lifetime budget. But ideally, I usually prefer daily budget. So say for example now my daily budget is say if I'm saying $10, that's equivalent to 15,000 naira, right? So now setting it there is going to ask me for time and date and everything. So I'm going to say, okay, it's going to start today and end probably in 14 days. So custom, it can tell you 14 days, 30 days. So ideally, you can start with 7 days. If it's 7 days, you have to manually select the date by yourself. So you can dial it back to 7 days from now. So, but let's use 14 days. So you have more options. So now if you come down here, you can select the budgeting this thing, but it's that's budget schedule. So schedule to increase, but just leave it, don't touch it because there's some certain things you touch and just scatter the whole thing you are doing, right? So if you come down here, this is where you have to use saved audience. So if you've saved audience, you can create audience right here. So if you click on saved audience, you have the option to use a saved audience you've saved before. But we're not using saved audience because we've not saved any audience. It's a new car wash ads that we want to do. So now you come down here and this car wash business is in the US, right? So we are going to select location and we're going to put United States. So why I like running ads from ads manager is because I can actually target someone in the backyard. So take for example now I know exactly where I want to target. I can zoom in and like okay, I want someone, let's say you can use this button to increase and use this. So anywhere you want you can pinpoint and say, okay, Facebook, I want everybody in this location. So Facebook can give you the ability to select everybody in this particular location. So that is one way to go about it. Or you just want the whole of United States. You can, search the whole of United States and you can select multiple places, states in the United States. It all depends on what you want to do. But let's say we are a big car wash business and we are in Washington, US. So let's focus our attention to Washington. Let's say we're a big car wash in Washington. So now, if you come down here, it would ask you reach more people likely to respond to your ads. So we are going to you can leave it if you are not too sure exactly of who you are targeting or the location, but we're just going to leave it off. Yeah. So I just want it to be in the city that we want it to be in. So now there are more suggestions. Facebook has a lot of hidden things. So yeah, here you come to minimum age and the minimum age you can set rules, but rules are like okay, I want the age to be this, I want this, I want that, but there are too many things. So the minimum thing I'll just tell you to set, you come up here because once you open it it takes you down there. So if the minimum amount of your target audience is, let's say, oh, age 24 already owns a car, right? And he or she is eligible for, you know, um, driving, and also they have the purchasing power. You can select the age, so it all depends on your target audience. So now you can leave the language, you can leave this. So now, if you click here to say suggested audience, you can still see the same age here. So now we click here and I can reduce it to, let's okay, 50 may not be able to drive by themselves. I can say okay, 50. These ones are the people that are still agile, still doing what they need to do. Gender, you may leave it except you are doing a business that you're targeting gender specific roles. So the next thing is going to be demograph and interest. So when people are saying, okay, I want different interests, demograph, so this is where it is. So you come down to demograph, you can find, you can pick people based on education, finance, whatnot. There's a lot of things here. So now, take for example, now we are still doing the car wash. Who are interested in car wash? People that are going to work, obviously. So people that are going to work, then probably industries, whatnot. I can just choose select all these industries, right? Because they all have work and probably they are going to be going to somewhere. So that's one way to um, you know select everybody you get, and especially if the car wash is within your area. So I would just select I can select I can't select all, but employers. So okay, there's an option for employers. Okay, so I'm just going to select, let's say, one or two of these. So I'm just going to select large business, and that's large business to business enterprise, meaning these people will be working in a large corporation. So let's just use this for an example. There are more options. You can come here, you can come down to interest. If we can spend a whole day here, so you come down, look at it very well. You need to plan before coming here, right? So once you selected this, you don't need to define more further, right? And you can save. So now remember when we were talking about saved audience in the beginning, right? If we have used saved audience, so you might be asked, okay, how do you save the audience? This is how you save the audience. Once you've selected the audience and everything, all you have to do is click on save audience, and it would ask you to put in the name and everything. But this time around, we're not saving this. So add transparency. These are people who are in their account. So now this is ours is complete. This is complete. So I can put that, okay, Cookart is the one running this ad. So it would ask you to verify your details if you don't have that. But that is not like a priority. It's optional. So now placement, very important. Placement are like billboards. Where do you want your ads to show up? So if you come down here, you can see that all operating system, you can choose that, oh, I don't want my ad to show on desktop, I want to show on mobile, I want it to show on iOS, I want it to show on Android. A lot of people use this for some certain reasons, but I don't even go there, right? Except it is, let's say you're promoting an app and it is Android specific, you get. So if you come to Facebook, sometimes I can say, okay, I want my ads to only run on Instagram, run on Facebook, and run on all social media, depending on where you choose to run your ads. So now, if you choose to select all or tick out, if you don't want any one, you can just simply tick them out, and it would do justice to them. But let's say we are running, it's a very big car wash campaign, and we are running it at every um, placements available that Facebook gives to us. So now once you've done that, we are just going to click on next because we are done with everything here. So yes, before I go, there's what we call skippable ads. Facebook, since Facebook of recent started adding, because every day we wake up we find a new thing. If you've based on my selection, if this was enabled, we can add skippable ads. So if you have that option, you can enable it. So now this is the ad area. This is where we add our image, videos, and whatnot that we need to use to run the ad. So remember, I can just copy, paste here my car wash ads. So now, if you have uploaded any content on Instagram or Facebook, you can use that content to run ads. That sometimes is one of the easiest way to run ads, but you can create it yourself. But you're going to use an existing post because this is what almost, let's say, 50% to, let's say, 80% of people use most of the time because the post is already on their page. So multi-advertiser, you might be thinking, should I leave this on? Should I leave this off? This happens when, let me show you, you run your ads alongside other people. I don't need you put, okay, yes. So now take for example, now this is your business. You can see another business here. So your ads would run alongside other business. Like this again is another typical example. Your business with other business, and you can see it there. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But most of the times you can turn it off. You don't want to be in competition with someone else, right? But for some example, the person would choose that person over yours. So then it's going to ask you, where is this ad going to run to? So for example, now let's assume this is our car wash landing page. So I'm going to paste this here. So meaning I've already connected my pixel to my website, so it already identifies the website. So now it's going to ask me to select an image for my Instagram post. So I can select from Instagram or I can select from Facebook. So I'm going to select from Instagram. So now as you can see, if I turn, okay, automatically turns on. So it should pick the posts. You've already done the job on Instagram or Facebook. You don't need to upload any new thing, and everything starts synchronizing here. So now, once you've done that, there is what Facebook added. Let me see if it's in for leads. Okay, before I go to that, you can come down to edit your primaries, but I don't touch this since I've done everything on my Instagram page. You can click on add text, but I leave it blank because I've done everything here. So now it would ask you for URL. So this is where I paste the URL. I don't know why it's still okay. So that I don't confuse you, I think I pasted the wrong source. So please don't do this. I just realized. So this is a source URL. So don't add anything here. So I think through that very well. So now this is the main URL. So website URL required. So it can ask you an option, meaning if a user comes to your website, it can say, okay, if they don't want to fill the form, should they contact you on WhatsApp, or should they contact you on Instagram, or should they book a call? Most of the times I click it none because I want them to fill the form. Because why would I send you to a landing page when I can easily send you to WhatsApp, right? So except maybe the ones that are doubting that okay, I'm not sure this form is too much, let me contact them on WhatsApp, then you can choose to add this. So now this is where you see different call to action, maybe learn more, buy now, shop now, sign up. So since it's a car wash business, maybe there's a sign up or there's a subscription that we are running, you can select that. Then you can come down here and select advanced this thing, creative. We edit this. This has a lot of things that you need to turn off. So at default, allow things to load because sometimes this can be very deceitful. So you click on it to allow everything to load, then turn off any other thing you want. Sometimes I keep this on because I kind of like it to give more CTA options, right? So I leave this on so I can save. You check again if any other thing is on without your approval. Yeah. So I think maybe it has known what I like, so it does not, turn on every other thing else. So if you're having tracking, you turn on tracking. You can turn on offline events to track anything offline. Tracking is very important, so you know what works for you. So now before you click the publish button, make sure you've checked everything to make sure that your ads is doing everything it's supposed to do. So now if we were to use WhatsApp instead of going to a website, let's say Instagram, because Instagram has your profile and everything. First, very most important, you have to so I don't know if I've accepted this, but it's still telling me to do same. Yeah, I've accepted this. So if you've not accepted this, you click on it to accept it. Then you can come down here. We've done all these, select your this thing. There's no difference. Everything you are seeing here is the same thing that we've done here. Even if you come down to your ads, it's still the same thing. So the only difference is that our destination for our ads, it's Instagram for here. Our destination for our ads is website for here. If you have any question, you can reach us. You can book a call with us, and we would help you answer any question or concerns you have in order to run a lead campaign. So now, one bonus tip is most of the times when I run leads campaign, right? Let's come down here and close this. I usually use sales. Let me cancel this. Create. So I usually use sales because sales has this how do I put it? Intention. Like these people are already buyers. Leads are people in the stage of I want to make an inquiry. Most of the times I use sales. It depends. If you are running to Instagram and WhatsApp, it's going to be very easy. But for websites, it will be looking for conversions like purchase. So it may not be suitable for website conversion. But if you are running it to WhatsApp or Instagram, it is ideal because you'll be running it You're running the ads to people who have sales intent, meaning they want to buy. So this is what I'm saying. If you use sales and you select your ad sets, let's say we have, okay, we've not created something here, you would see it's going to ask you for purchase and some other things that is not related. So let's see if we can use this to demonstrate that. I go to sales, come here. Also, my pixel is already set up. I think we can go ahead with that. So if you come down here and you come to conversion, as you can see, I can see purchase, I can see other things like add to cart, but you see that there's nothing like leads. Like you can't select leads because this is not a lead ad. So meaning you're not able to achieve this. But if it's on Instagram, you can actually select purchase, meaning people that have purchased something before and they will definitely message you. So that's one way to use sale with high intent to use to get leads through Facebook ads. Like I said again, if you have any question, you can click the link below and book a one-on-one call with us. Bye for now.